Welcome to Regan's Corner, everybody. My coach from California, cousin Rylee. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's going well over here in California. We've got the heat back, like real heat, like the 96 the last week. A little better this week, but we're doing well. And baseball's back. You know, all the things you could want. Get you ready for summer a little bit.
Absolutely. Speaking on baseball, what was your emotions as a baseball fan? Freddie Freeman coming home to LA and getting a standing O.
I mean, I saw the video. It was nice. I still picture Freddie Freeman as a Brave, so I think it'll take a little adjustment. I know the fans here are wild about Freddie. Everyone's so excited about it. And I mean, rightfully so. It's Freddie Freeman. Yeah, he looked a little emotional in the video, so it was nice. I mean, a nice welcome. It's just like if his first game he wasn't getting hits like that, like he's not getting that standing ovation. If he gets 3 strikeouts, might get some boos actually. But I mean, it was great. It was a good first game for him. Good opening day for the Dodgers here at Dodger Stadium. And yeah, we'll see what happens with him there now that they have a stacked team, even more than they already did.
I mean, they're so stacked, and then adding Freddie Freeman, an anchor in the lineup. It's just him and Rizzo for so many years in the NL for the All-Star race and this and that. Freddie usually won because he was just more stable at the position, to be honest with you, at bats. And Freeman was just outstanding as a Brave. And like you said, it just seems weird that he's in Dodger blue. You just see the navy from Atlanta all the time when you picture Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, it's definitely weird seeing some of these bigger faces with other teams. I'm even still getting used to us having Rizzo. I mean, sorry for you. I love him, but every once in a while it's like, oh yeah, we have Anthony Rizzo.
Yeah, but Chris Bryant's the biggest one. Seeing him in a Rockies uniform is a little bit off-putting.
Yeah, not a fan of it. I mean, hey, the Rockies seem to be off to a good start. Stronger than I thought they'd go.
Yeah,
And on the other side of
I
that
mean, when
team,
you add that good of a bat, and defender, yeah, I mean, it's just the pitching for the Rockies, I think, will catch it onto them and being in Mile High. Uh, but
yeah,
yeah, Denver sports so far to a great point here with Russell Wilson going the Broncos. Uh,
yeah,
I don't really know too much about the hockey scene there with the Avalanche and stuff like that, but I know Denver, they're gonna make a playoff for the Nuggets. Uh, it just seems like these talents go into sports, Rylee, where you have a little good fortune here, you have a little good fortune there, and then suddenly you're title town.
yeah. I mean, then good for them. I think they deserve to be good. I mean, a couple years ago we were looking at the Rockies and they were always a contender for taking the division, and then they lost everyone pretty much, and it seemed like this was going to be a sad year for them, and I think there's a little bit of hope there.
A little bit, a little bit. Speaking of teams that are kind of sad, the Pittsburgh Pirates. but did show Mr. Robinson the money. Okay, showed him the money. I would play the clip from Jerry Maguire. I'm afraid that we would have got copyrighted too. So, but Riley, they showed him the money. So, what do you think about his contract?
I mean, okay, like you were saying, Pirates not the most exciting team to watch. I think the Pirates are usually known for giving away their good players. They used to have Garrett Cole. They used to have Tyler Glasnow. Got rid of Adam Frazier when he was getting hot last season. They just kind of, are known to let everyone go. And in the last week, we've seen a little more from them. They extended Brian Hayes as well. He got 8 years. And that's their biggest contract, I think, that they have given out ever. It's what I believe I read. And then, they just gave Bryan Reynolds 2 years. So, I mean, it's looking promising. It's at least I feel like showing the fans like you're willing to pay for the talent. Maybe it's a change for them of we're not going to keep letting these good players get away from us. And I think Bryan Reynolds is one of the underrated players this season. I think he'll have a big year, so it's good for them.
Yes, great for them, for the Pirates. I wish the Cubs felt the same way about their talent, but sore subject for Mr. Regan here with the Cubs. But Suzuki, great signing so far for the Chicago Cubs. Talk a little bit about that Asian persuasion on that.
Yeah, you're all about Saya. I mean, he's fun to watch. I've been enjoying it. I had high hopes for him, and I'm sure many people did.
I wasn't sure about Suzuki when I got him. I wasn't sure. I'll be honest with you. I was not following it too much. And then I saw what he did in Japan and this and that, and I started getting more in the eight kind of player because I remember Fukudomi, for the Cubs, starting off really hot. I just don't know if it's going to be a Shohei situation in Chicago or a Fukudomi situation where you have this nice, overall great player in Fukudomi who's good in a clubhouse and this and that, but he never really lived up to his potential in Chicago. Is it Suzuki in that mix, or is he like Ichiro Suzuki, or is he one of the great Japanese players that come over here and make a big splash kind of thing? So I'm kind of in the middle as a Cubs fan, but looking at his numbers, I hope he continues because that's really the only bright spot in the Cubs lineup right at the moment because Winston really hasn't showed anything this year so far. Frank the Tank just got his first home run yesterday. So, I mean, my Cubbies, okay. Pitching is a little bit better than what we thought, even though Kyle gave up 5 runs yesterday. 5 runs against the Pirates a few days ago. But they did good against Colorado last night. So, I just don't know about my Cubbies, to be honest with you. So, Rylee, if you're the fans at home or Cubs fans like me, what should you say to the Cubs fans to take them off that ledge of being a Cubs fan?
I think going back to Saya, I think, like you're saying, is he just going to be off to a good start, or is he going to stay good like Shohei? I think it's promising with him. I think he can bring something different to the clubhouse and maybe get them all pumped up if he continues to play as he is. I think Yeah, I was jealous when the Cubs got him. I was kind of hoping that the Yankees would go for it. Um, and you got him for 5 years, so that seems pretty good to me. Even just watching, I was looking at his batting stance, and he has a similar stance to what Ohtani does as I was looking at it. And so I don't know. I think he could be the all-star of the team, and once the other guys get going a little more, you got Marcus Stroman too. Yeah, I think, and the professor. So I think you could have decent games. I think they could win a lot of games and be at least somewhat better. Be at least an average team.
Yeah. I mean, we got spoiled with the core, though. I mean, with
Yeah.
Javier Baez, with John Lester, with Dexter Fowler for most of those years, David Ross, Grandpa Rossi is a backup catcher, Wilson Contreras. Most of the guys are still there. It's just those 2-3 key players are gone. Rizzo, Brian, Baez, even though I hate love relationship with Baez at the moment.
Yeah. Love Schwarber too.
And Schwarber, Kyle Schwarber. But yeah, I mean, but for this year, way too early predictions. Who do you think will be in the playoffs in each division?
Oh man. That's hard. I think Dodgers are gonna take NL West. St. Louis, I take Central. I think the Phillies take the East. So those are my division leaders I've got. American League, oh man. I think it might be the Astros, even though I don't want it to be. I'm kind of hoping for a big year for the Angels, but we'll see. I think it'll be the Astros. Ooh. Who's going to win Central? I don't know. I can't even think of that one. Maybe the Royals come give everyone a run for their money this season. I think they're contenders, but I think they could be. They could be like the underdog. I think maybe the Tigers too. American League East is tricky, obviously. I'm going to go with the Yankees, but our teams in the East are it's going to be another close year, I think, for the top 4. Yankees, Blue Jays, Red Sox, Rays, and then I think the Orioles' fate is a little bit set, but I think the 4 of us might be competing a little bit for title in the East. I hope it's the Yankees. The Blue Jays also have their team's insane too. And so I think wild card will be 2 American League East teams going for it. Whichever 2 don't make the top. I think the Giants and the Brewers we get from the National League. Yeah, I think that's what I've got. It's a little tricky.
A little bit. I'm gonna start with the AL. I think I think Toronto will take it, and I think the Red Sox will be in the wild card out of there. Because Story was a big addition for the Sox. We talked a little bit about that. If just in case the Story went the last time we were on air, how you would feel as a Yankees fan. You didn't like it at all. And
No, I was hoping we'd get Trevor Story, but then Trevor Story didn't do anything for the Red Sox opening weekend with the Yankees. So I was like, okay, that's fine.
yeah. But I think he will. I think he will eventually.
Oh, yeah.
But Central, I'm gonna go White Sox, and the other wild card will be Twins. I think Correa is just, if he's healthy, too good of an addition to the Twins for them not to make the playoffs for a wild card. And I think
Yeah,
the
they
Houston
kinda tripled.
Astros actually missed the playoffs this year.
That'd be fine. Who do you
And
think's
the
going?
Angels,
Oh, Angels.
mhm,
It'd be exciting. Yeah, I totally didn't even think of the White
mhm.
Sox. It's definitely going to be the White Sox that take Central. I think the Tigers could be up there, though.
They got a good young pitching staff.
So Angels, you think Angels are taking the division?
I do. You got too much good line up there. The pitching's starting to come a little bit back to where it's
Yeah.
kind of should be with the hitting and stuff like that. Because you got Otani, you got Trout, you got Upton, you got uh, Rondon, who was great, and you got a great manager with Joe Madden. So you got to put all that together eventually. And I think the days with Houston are kind of running low, kind of like what the Cubs did in their era and this and that. Yes, they still have Brakeman, uh, Alvarez, uh, Brantley, but
Yeah, Kyle Tucker too.
Mighty Mouse himself, absolutely. Verlander when he's healthy, but but you got all those names, but I think they're going to underachieve this year.
Yeah, they've also lost a
And I would
lot
go.
of people too. So
They did. They did.
they
A
lost
lot of
Perez,
people.
they
So I'm
lost
gonna
George,
go for
lost Garrett Cole.
yeah. I'm gonna go with the NL East. I'm gonna agree with you. I think the Phillies will go, and I think the Braves will be a wild card.
Mhm.
And I think the Cardinals, that lineup with the pitching staff, they went out. And then I think the West is for grabs. I think it's going to either be Dodgers, okay, and then the two wild cards kind of teams that would be fighting for it would be the uh, Rockies or Padres. I just think the Giants had a season where everything went right for them last year. I don't think that
Yeah.
continues. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. It's a long season, so I'm sure even in a month we'll be like, no, these were totally wrong predictions. But I don't know.
Absolutely.
I think there's a lot of hope and promise for a lot of teams that didn't have it before. Like used to gloss over the Tigers, the Rockies last year, not anything to write home about. So I think we're gonna see some improvements from those teams. It's already been a more exciting year. Teams seem a little more balanced out. The Rays kind of dropped a little in talent. Twins got better. So we'll see what happens. And injuries. I think the Angels might come down to injuries like they seem to do. They need Mike Trout and they need Anthony
Absolutely.
Rendon to stay in the lineup consistently.
For sure. Absolutely. Let's kind of switch or kind of talk to NBA now. Patrick Beverley. I don't know if you saw this, but he got fined for that play and win pretty heavily for just a little bit of profanity that he showed in the moment and this and that. So, what are your thoughts on Pat Bev getting fined much?
I didn't see that. Do you know what the context was of his bad language? Like what had happened?
So he got traded from Los Angeles. That he had basically his whole career was with the Clippers. Okay, and then he got traded to the Timberwolves, and he said, "You can go home to LA." Okay, and then I think he got 38,000 in fines for saying just basically
Jeez.
one word. Um, yeah, after
I, that's a pretty big fine. I feel. Um, I mean, probably shouldn't have said it. I feel like sports are very emotional though, and a lot of times, you know, it it happens. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe shouldn't say shouldn't say it in that way. I understand, but I don't know. I just think that's kind of what happens.
yeah, the heated moment. I think after a big one like that, and then over your former team, and then you put yourself into the playoffs, it just it is what it is. I mean, it's like you're in March Madness and this and that, and your whole team for Duke just the last game on the handshake line. It's just the emotions of these games that gets the best of some players.
Yeah.
But so switching to Golden State here for the first series. What's your thoughts and chances that they pass their opponents without Steph Curry for like a full healthy Steph Curry? Because they're going to have Curry on a limited basis.
Ooh. I mean, obviously that is a challenge for them. They're playing the Nuggets and they won't have Steph Curry. Oh man. I mean, I definitely think it's going to be challenging. Steph Curry, like, one is he's just one of the best players you're watching out there. Two is like when you have somebody like that, that's like a leader that steps up. Not having that person is a big loss just for how they like motivate the rest of the team and get the team all working together. So I think it will definitely hurt them. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it makes either one a possibility. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost. Wouldn't be surprised if they can pull it off. But obviously, that's like the one guy you wouldn't want to lose.
Yeah, for sure. I think they go into a game 7, but with him on limited minutes, I just don't know because his process is starting to get back to the old style of old, but I just don't know if they can get there fully without him because Clay's coming back. He's finally fully healthy. But without the Splash Brother, a lot of the offense for Clay is not there because you're focusing on and after Curry's there. And then Draymond starting to get a little healthy himself. Okay. Don't know what happened to James Wiseman, their number one pick. I'm looking at that draft, okay, right? And I'm thinking, what could be here? Because you could have 3 Splash Brothers with LaMelo Ball in there as in Golden State, and you picked Wiseman over him. I guess it was say pick a 7-footer that can go down and back, and it kind of fits the Warriors a little bit more with the ball placement and stuff like that. But LaMelo is just like his brother, okay, where he puts everyone in the right places. It would be literally Showtime 2.0 if they would have got LaMelo Ball and Golden State.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it could just be like a game 7 situation that they're dealing with. It becomes a little more evenly matched, I feel, once you take out that player. Obviously, like one single player doesn't make up the entire team, but definitely helps when you have somebody like that on the court.
Absolutely. So please subscribe to us down below, and happy Easter to everybody. And we'll be back next Thursday. And everyone, stay froggy, my friend. And thank you to Cousin Rylee for coming on the pod, like always.
Of course.